Okay, hello, we are back again for some more No One But You. Alright, last time where we left off, we're going to go spend the night at Megumi's. A sleepover. It seemed like there was a little bit of joking last time, it seemed like, between Megumi and Hideaki about, the whole sleepover thing. He kind of gave up on the whole entire argument. So, it does make me wonder what might happen. What might happen at the place? Will they get intimate? That is the big question. Will Megumi and Hideaki get intimate in her apartment? They are officially girlfriend and boyfriend. They have taken it to the next step and have made it official. So, let's see what happens here. After packing a change of clothes, my phone, and a couple of other miscellaneous items, Megumi and I began walking to her apartment. I've left a note telling Mom where I'd be, and I made sure to turn off any electrical appliances before leaving, knowing exactly how slim my chances of leaving before tomorrow were. I'd be happy to be going over to my girlfriend's apartment, but instead it feels like I'm being taken to prison. I would love to know the reason why he's feeling that. Is it because she's pushing you along and you're not ready? Megumi definitely does seem to have a vibe that she's advancing this quite quickly. She seems to be taking the control of this relationship and moving it forward. I don't know what it is, but she seems to really want to, I don't know what, but maybe there's some sort of meaning behind it that she's doing it for a reason. Who knows? No phone calls, no cellmates, and no chance of parole. Unless I forge a shiv or jump out the bathroom window, I'd be trapped inside a small apartment with a girl who makes passes at me every chance she gets. It's a hard question. It's like, I guess I can understand him. He kind of wants to be left alone sometimes. A little bit of his own privacy. And she does seem to really be up there up front. She seems like I've probably mentioned it plenty of times before in previous ones. Megumi does seem like a nice girl. She's the one I kind of was kind of like aiming for, you could say, as a girl that I want the main character to go for. And definitely did seem like one that definitely liked him. It's kind of what I was hoping it would go along, and it seems to have, which is nice. But I do see the negative side to her as well. Wait, did I just hear myself correctly? I'd be alone together with my girlfriend? A girl who frequently makes sexual advances towards me in her apartment, and I'm complaining? That's right, man. It's like, I don't know why you're complaining, but I can see why you might be complaining. But it's like, something might happen. Megumi may act like a crazy stalker at times, but that shouldn't distract from how amazing an opportunity this is. Other guys in my class would kill to trade places with me, I bet, man. And I definitely see what you mean, that she kind of acts like that crazy stalker girl. And I think she was stalking you for the most part before you actually did become official girlfriend and boyfriend. I mean, she knew where you lived amongst many other kind of creepy things. But she does also seem like a nice girl. I guess she might have two sides to her. She might actually have a dark side to her that we don't know about, really. Tonight might be the night I finally lose your virginity. I'm assuming he's a virgin. Aki, you have a creepy smile on your face. Oh, I could read that straight face. Creepy smile on his face. I can only imagine what it looks like. You're kind of scary. I do? What were you thinking about? I cannot let Megumi find out that I was thinking about the two of us taking things to the next level. Aki. Maybe she's already come to that conclusion. She seems to have a perverted thought in her. she has plenty of perverted thoughts, and I think she might come to the conclusion of what you were thinking. Get out of my mind! My head, damn it! Get out of my head! Get out! Stop! Get out of there! Following a surprisingly spirited walkover, Megumi unlocked her apartment door and let me inside. I entered first, and Megumi shut the door behind us, quickly locking the front door so as to prevent anyone coming in. Or getting out. Make yourself at home, Maki. My home is your home. Oh, thank you, I will. Is this the first time he's been over to her house? No problem. After all, your home is also my home, right? Okay. Maybe. Sure. She definitely has this pushy vibe to her. She's cute and everything, but how about we take this slower? We're not married yet. But you're kind of giving the vibe that we are. Megumi, out of curiosity, does your bathroom have a window? Oh, this is the whole entire thing. If I want to escape, can I hide in the bathroom and get out the window? Oh, yeah, I guess. Why? No reason. Just planning ahead. Anyway, so this is Megumi's place, huh? So I guess it is his first time. Yep. If I'm not at school or at Hitty's house, this is where you can find me. How can you afford this place? Do you have a job I don't know about? It sounded like her family was well off. I thought like a previous conversation with one of the other characters. It sounded, when they were fighting, it sounded like she might have been well off. Shit, man, I forgot her name. One of the other main girl characters. Damn, we haven't had much contact, with her really conversation-wise. So I've actually forgotten her name. Yui, I think it is. Yui, yeah. I think that's the girl. Yeah, Yui, when they were fighting. Nah, nothing like that. My parents read it for me. See? I thought that's what it is. Her parents are probably well off. Really? That's rather generous of them. Wouldn't it be cheaper to just live with them? It's okay. They'd rather have me here anyway. Besides, their house isn't very close to school, and it's in the opposite direction to Hitty's house, so living here is much more convenient. Ah, I see. It feels like Megumi just glossed over something important there. Well, it seems like, maybe her relationship with her parents aren't the best, or something. They kind of like, or maybe, or something in that matter. I mean, they must care enough to, pay for housing for living and everything. But other than that, maybe there's something. There's definitely some sort of hidden past that we don't know about her or something. There's got to be. She can't be this nice. We already have that stalker style of ideal behind her. Kind of a negative. Among her little kind of pushy attitude of, I don't know about pushy attitude if I want to put it that way, but she seems to want to advance the relationship pretty quickly. I mean, but so be it. If Megumi doesn't want to talk about it, I won't press the issue. Have you ever thought about moving out, Hideaki? Me? Yeah, living alone gives you a lot of freedom, I don't think that would be wise. If I were left alone, I'd probably stay up every night playing video games and often forget to eat. I see. So, Andy's the kind of guy who needs to be taken care of, huh? What do you mean? Nothing. Megumi quickly wrote something down in a small pocketbook, and then turned to face me once more. Say, Hitty, purely for research purposes, how many kids do you want? Really? Is that for research purposes? Ignoring how creepy that sounded. Done. I think you're gonna let her down a little bit right there. She's gonna be like, oh. I see. 2 kids, huh? He just said none. That just went right over her. Stop making the decisions here. That he wants 2 kids. I don't want any kids. 1 boy and 1 girl. Okay, I can work with that. Man, she's like making the decisions herself. He said he didn't want any kids. No kids. 0. Zilch. Nada. No children. Ever. And why are we even talking about this? What are you writing in that pocketbook of yours? Oh, this? Don't worry about it. I'm very worried. No matter what, I need to burn that book of hers. So, Hitty, since we're both here, alone, with nobody else to disturb us, why don't we? The next town over, you say? Okay, sure, why not? Changing the conversation. Why are you so, not want to, have the whole conversation that she might bring up something sexual? He seems to keep trying to move past that. Like, when he was trying to avoid coming over to her house. And my bedroom is right over. It's a fair distance away, though. We'll have to leave soon if we want to make it back by tonight. Damn it, she's not even, listening to him. And she, with, a straight face and everything. It's like, did you say something? It makes me wonder what the hell's going through her mind. I've also been thinking about names for... Yep, lots of traveling to do. Better get going. Pack your most boring clothes and let's go. 2 can play at this game, Meg. He just continuing his conversation about that, and then she's just going with her thing. As tempted as I am to play along, I'm not naive enough to believe that Megumi's sudden child talk is unrelated to my presence here. So, if wasting the day in another town is what it takes to avoid becoming a teenage father, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Why does she want to have children anyways? Well, at her age, I don't even remember if they mentioned exactly how old the characters are. But, they're definitely still in basically high school, so... It is... Well, whatever. Oh, it's that face again! Fine. If you're that keen, we can go out. But when we're done, we'll be coming right back here to pick up where we left off, okay? Oh, willpower of mine. You are in for a test of a lifetime. I bet. I mean... If she keeps trying to tease with you and trying to get you to have sex with her, if that is her goal, I mean, you're not letting her finish the conversation, so we don't know exactly her destination, if that's actually what she wants to go for tonight. But it definitely seems like it. Okay, so we advanced a couple days. Alright, so I guess we didn't get to see what happens. Kapaki. Rolled over in my sleep as a gentle voice lured me towards the world of the living. Come on already, Aki. We're going to be late. Tempted as I was, my laziness prevailed. My eyes remained shut tight, and I showed no sign of getting up. You don't wake up soon, I'm going to... A gentle voice whispering to me drew closer, and I could feel someone's breath on my neck. But no sooner had the sensation spurred me on than it disappeared, replaced by a shifting sensation on my torso. Hitty. Ah, why did you choose that moment to get up? No. The question is, why did that moment even occur? Perhaps I should ask, where the heck is my shirt? She she trying to strip you naked? Is that what she was doing? Oh, Hedy, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with sleeping topless. Just go right back to sleep. Don't mind me. Like I could go back to sleep now. What are you even doing here? What happened to waiting downstairs? Well, usually your mother stops me from going any further than the kitchen, but she seems to have slept in today, so... You just let yourself into the house? That's what it seems like. Mom, I'll never complain about you again. Anyway, now that you're up, let's go on a date. Huh? You broke into my house this early in the morning for that? Hey, I didn't break in. How rude. I had a duplicate made of your key. So you stole his key and made a duplicate? This girl very definitely has that stalker feel to her. I'm sorry to say. I mean, she'd be cute as ever, but... Shit. Shit, man. I'd be afraid on the moment if you decided to break up with her, what the hell she might do. She more than likely would stalk you, and if you had another girlfriend, I'd be worried that she might go even further. I don't know why, but it seems like that's what Megumi might do. I don't know why, she just seems to be so clinging to him, and there all the time. I'm honestly a little scared right now. Forget about that. Come on, let's get going already. But we just went out yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that. What are you talking about? We only have another 39 days before school resumes. Why the hell was I gonna say Christmas? I was gonna say Christmas for some reason. We need to make the most of our time together. I scratched the back of my head, slightly wondering which would take less effort. Trying to convince Megumi that we didn't need to see each other every day, or just going with the flow. Of course, no matter what I thought, the end result, and you went with her. Oh, hurry, we have to get there before they open. Had already been determined. Yep, you went along with her. I'm not too surprised, he just went along. He's been doing it for quite a while, just like, okay. He gives in quite easily. I don't think he likes conflict. Just too much conflict, and it's like, I can totally understand that. It's like, you know what? Why even argue about this? It's just not worth the argument. I'll just go do it. Slow down, Megumi. I'm running on nothing here. I didn't even get a chance to eat before we left. You can eat once we arrive. No, let's get the let out. Come on, Hedy. We're gonna miss the opening. We're still an hour early. Yeah, but what about the line? We want to be the first ones in, right? I'm not gonna forgive you if we spend all day waiting in it. Please let me rest. It's just a little bit further. That was fun. We should go there again sometime. Man, he's being dragged around. Okay, where to next? The aquarium opens at 6 a.m., so it should be open by now. What do we say we take a look? Oh shit, man! I think I ate too much. Well, we have been running around since morning. I'm not surprised that you worked up an appetite. I guess, but I still overate. Oh, look over there! Hedy! Crepes! My. You're so silly, Hedy. Why would you say something like that? Nope, I'm not being silly. I really am tired. I want to go home. How can you be tired already? It's only 5:30 a.m. What the hell? I thought it's 5:30 in the freaking morning. I'm confused as hell as what's going on here, time frame wise. That's exactly why let's just go. Alright, time for another full-on, fun-fulfilled day with just the two of us. Oh, so that advanced today? I guess I didn't look at the calendar. That's why I was confused as hell. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This seems like, because I thought it was like, they said like 6 a.m. and something like that earlier, like a couple sentences ago. And so it's been advancing days, okay. Man, I feel bad for him. She is really tugging him along. "37 days later." Damn! Don't tell me it's been like every single day has been that. As summer break finally came to an end, my life at last seemed as though it would return to normal. Cruel though it may sound, after spending the entire summer break with Megumi, I wanted nothing more than return to our ordinary school life. Throughout the entire summer break, we spent literally every day together, never going anywhere solo. Megumi would show up on my doorstep first thing in the morning, we'd spend the day together, and when the sun began to set, I'd walk her home. Every day my life followed that pattern, every single day without exception. So now, as cruel as it may sound to say such a thing about my girlfriend, I can't wait to get away from her. Dude, I can totally understand, man. You wanted some alone time. You wanted to just frickin' relax. Dude, I totally understand, man. Hideaki, I feel bad for you. Hopefully it does return to a better... but she's just not continuing to drag you around everywhere. I think you need to talk to her and just tell her, man, that you want some alone time. You should have just told her at least 1 or 2 days and gave yourself something. Dressed in my school uniform, I headed downstairs to eat breakfast with my mother. "Morning, Mom." "Oh, good morning, honey. It seems like you've really gotten the hang of getting up early." "There's a good reason for that." Oh, those summer days when I slept in. More than once I woke to find that my mother had let Megumi in the house. Suffice to say, waking up to find her taking photos of me as I slept was not an experience I wanted to repeat. How she was taking pictures of you sleeping? Damn. Megumi. I don't know. You know me. I'm just excited for my first day back at school. Whoa, I didn't detect even a hint of sarcasm in that statement. Of course, a serious student like me takes attendance very seriously. Kitty, are you feeling okay? Perfectly fine. Just ready for another fun-filled day at my favorite educational institution. Without saying another word, my mother picked up our home phone and began dialing. "Hello, Okatama General Hospital? I'd like to book a room." "Damn it, Mom, I told you I'm fine." "And that's a hospital you're calling, not a hotel. You can't just book a room." Just kidding, Hitty. Although she said that, I could faintly hear the voice of someone else on the other end of the phone as my mother hung up. "Really, it's good to see that you're so motivated about going to school. And I bet I know the reason behind that motivation. Or perhaps I should say, the person." "Oh, it's because of Megumi, alright. But not for the reason you think. It's not like that. I just want to see my friends again, that's all. Honestly, after seeing nobody but Megumi for the entire break, I'm actually looking forward to talking to Ryo." I bet, man. Even though he had an annoying side to himself, kind of like Megumi as well, but in a slightly different way. I think there's some similarities between those two. But Megumi is female, and he's not. I see, I see. So, you haven't forgotten about your other friends after all. Forgotten them? It isn't unusual for someone to leave their friends behind when they begin dating, especially when you're dating someone as loving as Megumi. I was worried that since you didn't invite any of your other friends over, you might have gotten too caught up in your new relationship to make time for them. Is that really what I've been doing? It's true that Megumi and I have been spending an excessive amount of time together, but it's not like I've been avoiding my friends. Yui has been in Germany, and I have no way of contacting Shinatsu, so it couldn't be helped if we didn't talk. Conversely, although I've spoken to Shiro a couple of times through my bedroom window, she's the one who refused to leave her house. What was I supposed to do? Drag her out? The only one I blatantly ignore has been Rayo, and that's really nothing out of the ordinary. Totally understandable why you would avoid him, because he has that annoying, clinging side once you start talking to him and he wants to come over and wants, how about we hang out tomorrow, type of thing. Kinda like the male version of Megumi there. No, I haven't forgotten about my friends. They've just been busy. Now that school is resumed, I'm sure everything will be back to normal. Well, if you say so. After eating breakfast with my mother and walking through the streets alone, I eventually arrived at school. Although I passed by the bridge, I saw no sign of Shinatsu, nor did I run into any of my other friends on the way over. All quiet so far. There are some people arriving, but it appears as though I'm a bit too early to meet up with most students. I thought that this would be a good opportunity to meet up since Megumi had student council duties to take care of for the new semester, but if nobody else is here yet. I combed the hallways, searching for any familiar faces. I didn't come across a couple of my classmates and people I'd met in passing, but nobody I could really call my friend. Even the courtyard, Yui's favorite hangout, was empty, making me once again question why I decided to go to school so early. He definitely wants contact with his friends. I can sense it. It's like, he wants to talk to somebody else and have a conversation. Without spotting any of my friends, I made my way to the classroom and waited for other students to arrive. It took a while, but my patience paid off, finally yielding. Yo, Hitty, my man. Oh, Rio! Give me a hug, man! Oh, I've missed you so much. I bet you if he did that, Ray would be like, whoa, what the hell? We can have a conversation when we're alone later. I don't want Megumi to feel like I hate her or anything. I just want a conversation with two guys. Let off a little bit. Maybe give it... I think that's what he probably needs to do. Talk to another guy and just state, my girlfriend has been really dragging me around ragged, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can keep up. And so I continued to wait, hoping for... Did you just ignore him? Oh. Continue to wait. Oi, Hitty, Eartha Hideaki. Wakey, wakey, Hitty, time to get up. If you don't, you won't get your good morning kiss. Oh shit. As I felt Rayo's breath on my face, I frantically jumped back in my seat, almost losing my balance. Whoa, that was close. I almost lost my first kiss to Rayo. You haven't even kissed Megumi? You guys haven't even kissed? Shit. Dang it, for them been going out for, like, over a month? I would assume they would have kissed by now. Apparently not. So, you're awake after all. Of course I am. But you weren't responding, so I thought you must have still been asleep. Seriously, I think you've slept for the entire summer. So, that's it. Rayo's in denial about me avoiding him. So he's decided to ignore reality. Anyway, enough about that. I just got my hands on the latest issue of Skull Girls vs. Zombies 2. What is that? One of your manga? A video game? What is it? You know you want to read it with me. Okay, so it's probably one of those manga. I'd rather not. There's something about two guys reading arousing material together, and that's just rousing material. What are you talking about? It's an action manga, man. As men, it's our duty to read it. If you say so. Rail seems to be rejecting reality more fiercely than I thought. Alright everyone, that's enough. Take your seats. While Rael and I were talking, an unfamiliar voice echoed throughout the classroom. As I turned to identify the speaker, I found a middle-aged man walking to the front of the room. But rather than our usual teacher, the man was a complete stranger, one who nobody present appeared to recognize. Mr. Katsuna, okay. Starting today, I am your new homeroom teacher, Tomoyo Katsuna. Ooh. This will be my first day teaching at this particular school, so please bear with me. Mr. Katsuna smiled as the girls in our class, showing off her pretty boy charm, completely unbefitting somebody of his age. A new homeroom teacher every semester, huh? That's a shame. I'm gonna miss old what's-his-name. With a few students still chatting amongst themselves quietly, Mr. Katsuna began roll call. There were a few empty seats, most notably those of Shiro, apparently still cooped up at home. Yui, no doubt playing Rond and Megumi, likely stuck in the student council room. Meguma. What a drag. My first day back and the only friend of mine actually in class is Ro. What did I do to deserve such cruel and unusual punishment? Let's see now. Next is Hinohara Megumi. Mr. Katsuna narrowed his eyes as he stared at Megumi's name on the class roster. His expression was complicated, and at a glance I knew that he had met Megumi before. Oh shit. Is this going to be going into some sort of weird path with a teacher involved in something? Maybe he's a bad person. Or something like that. Who knows what this path the story might go along, but that's just me thinking the worst scenario. I think I've read way too much of stuff and watched too much stuff that I think maybe I've come to conclusions of negativity when it comes to things like this, of bad stuff might happen. Megumi is doing some student council work. She won't be in class until later. Mr. Katsuna appeared surprised by my answer, staring at me in confusion as I answered. Student council, huh? As those words left his mouth, Mr. Katsuna's lips curled up into a smirk. I don't like this guy. He's giving me a very bad vibe. I don't know why, but this homeroom teacher gives me a bad vibe. You know, they presented it with him when he said that he was like showing that pretty boy like look at the girls in the class. It gave me a look that maybe this dude, this homeroom teacher is not a good person. And he might be someone who fools around with his students. That's where the negative part is coming in. I'm just hoping it doesn't go in that category. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't want that. We don't need Megumi getting all involved in that stuff. Huh. Well, I suppose it can't be helped then. Now then, next up please. Mr. Katsuna continued marking the roster, but his expression failed to return to normal. He continued smirking to himself, as though news of Megumi being on the student council brought him joy. As I said, man, I don't like him. That, you know, the two things that have come up is that smirk definitely has put a negative side to him as a person in my mind. when you said that he looked at the female students, and then also the notion that he might know Megumi. So, negative students, all three of those together, I don't know. It just gives me a bad vibe. I just hope I'm wrong. Just hope I'm wrong. That's all it comes down to. After our first lesson for the day ended, our classroom returned to its usual chaotic self. Numerous female students gathered around Mr. Katsuna, asking him all kinds of senseless random questions. In response, the boys in class were seething with envy, already speaking ill of our new teacher. Despite the fact that several students hadn't shown up on their first day back, the entire class was alive with discussion, as though the break had never happened. Man, what an ass. I can't believe that guy is going to be our homeroom teacher from now on. Yeah, dude, I understand, man. I don't like him. I already have a bad vibe about the dude. He gives me a bad vibe. Even as me on the outside reading all this. Like every other male student in the room, Ryo's expressed his dislike of our new teacher. Where does he get off hitting on high school girls like that? Hey man, I felt that the same way that, when you showed that first vibe, that this dude, he doesn't know his boundaries or his position. He's in a position of power. Should not be taking advantage of his students. Ryo? I'm pretty sure he's just talking to them. I don't know about that, man. Maybe you haven't gotten that. But it took you a while to get the whole idea that Megumi liked you into your head, or you were just denying it the whole time. Maybe you're denying this as well. Yeah, right. He's obviously has ulterior motives. Damn, man. I'm with you, Ryo. I sense that as well, man. I think he does, man. And he might have a history of something. This might not be a good man. Just look at that combed hair, iron shirt, nice teeth. He makes me sick. Well, I personally, I don't give a shit about any of that. I mean, if that's the way he likes to dress, I'm more looking at his personality, that he might not be a good person. I don't really give a shit the way he looks. Maybe you're jealous, Ryo, but I don't really give a shit about that. I was angry that our teacher takes care of his appearance. Apparently, that's what he's mad about. Well, it can't be helped. The more resilient girls are away, after all. I mean, could you see Yui fawning over that guy? I would love to know if Yui would start fawning over him. You think she would? God damn it. I've never been so jealous in my life. I knew it. Ryo's jealous that the girls are paying attention to our new teacher. Oh, calm down. I'm sure the girls will lose interest soon. No, you don't understand. When an attractive male teacher starts to teach a class with this many girls, something is bound to happen. And you're basing this on every manga ever. Ryo's tenuous grasp on reality really is worrying. Sorry girls, I have to head to the staff room now. I do worry about him though, especially after the Megumi, that maybe he does know Megumi, and that maybe there is some sort of past that Megumi is hiding, that this guy... I'm gonna come to this conclusion right here, not conclusion, but theory, relationship why. This teacher sexually assaulted Megumi. Not that they actually did anything, he just touched her wrong or something like that. Could have it happened? You never know. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Let's continue here. But why? Yeah, can't you talk to us a while longer? I'm afraid not. As a new teacher here, I still have plenty of things to sort out. Of course, if you're that interested, you could always keep me company. Yeah, absolutely. No problem, we'd be glad to help. Trailed by a small cluster of schoolgirls, Mr. Katsuna left the classroom, smirking to himself happily once more. Don't like the dude. Gives a bad vibe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just jealous of him as well. He got all the girls. But I really do think he's not a... Dude, did you see that? I wish I didn't, but... Yeah, I hate to admit it, but maybe you were right. Hideaki, baby, it's finally coming to you. This dude isn't good. No matter how I look at it, that guy is trying to charm those girls. Hey man, it's finally you're getting to you, man. He doesn't seem like a good guy. He shouldn't be like... In my opinion, building up the type of relationship that he's already kind of started with those girls. More like he's succeeding. I don't want to say anything bad about the girls in our class, but they really have no morals. Oh, is that right? The moment those words left Ryle's mouth, an irritated voice took us by surprise. Who is it? Who is it? It's Megumi! And I suppose you're a saint, Mr. Every girl in this manga is clearly over 18. Having entered the classroom without making a sound, Megumi immediately berated Ryo. Hey, if the author says the character is over 18, then they're over 18. Even if they're still a high school student? Of course, plenty of high school girls are over 18. Even if they're a middle school student? Oh shit, she's going down even further. Sure. Is that what Rail's gonna say? Nope, wait, just silence. If the author says so, then... You're disgusting. Oh, shit. See, that was his only defense. If the author says that they're 18, and it takes place in a middle school, and supposedly they are in middle school, they're 18. I was wondering if he was just going to continue and she's going to be like, if they're in elementary school? If the author says they're 18, now they're starting to get in the creepy zone. The really creepy zone, I should say. Not just the creepy, but the really creepy zone. With Ryo down for the count, Megumi turned her attention to me instead. More importantly, good morning, Aki. Yeah. Good morning, Megumi. Sorry we couldn't meet up this morning. I had to get here super early to get a start on my work for the new semester. A student council member's work is never done. Sounds rough. Maybe it's for the best that you weren't here, though. The other girls all seem smitten with our new homeroom teacher. Huh? We have a new homeroom teacher? And Aki's worried that I might find the new teacher attractive? What? Oh, of course not. Aki, you're so dishonest. Even so, you have nothing to worry about. I'm not some bitch in heat who goes after every guy she sees. Hello? Surprised by Megumi's uncharacteristically obscene choice of words, her statement did bring me some relief. So, you were worried that you might of losing her, Megumi? I mean, yeah, she was kind of clingy and everything, but maybe she was just clingy because she really liked you. Even if I want more time to myself, that doesn't mean that I don't care about Megumi. Or that I wouldn't get jealous seeing her with another guy. Well, that's totally understandable, man. I mean, every guy wants some time to himself. I mean, come on. Even Megumi probably would want a little bit of time. I would assume want a little bit of time to herself. And it's like, sometimes you just need to relax and have some time to yourself. Oh, are you sure about that? Excuse me? No, not that. What I mean is, that guy just took half of the girls in class with him. Are you sure you won't be swayed? Of course I won't. I would never betray Hiri. Megumi's really done it now. I hope you can really do that, Megumi. As happy as her words make me, I can feel the jealousy of this class male students being redirected from Mr. Katsuna to me. Hey man, I don't think you need to worry too much about that jealousy. They shouldn't be too jealous of you. Or maybe they're just jealous that you have a girl who's more or less probably willing to not betray you. I guess I would say that's a good thing. I mean, it would really suck if your first girlfriend, from my understanding, it's probably his first girlfriend, I don't know, his first girlfriend, if it is, would betray him, because that'd probably ruin his future relationship, desires. It would ruin his future pretty much. He would have relationship issues, I think, after that, of trust issues. That's what I was trying to think of. Trust issues with future girlfriends. Is it really such a crime for me to have a girlfriend? No man, it's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, did you hear that, Hitty? Make sure and invite me to the wedding, okay? Don't add fuel to the fire, Rayo. Like hell you're coming to our wedding. And Megumi's just playing along. Honestly, I couldn't believe my ears when I heard that you two finally made it official. It feels like you two are moving beyond my reach. His expression dropped, indicating a surprising amount of sincerity in his words. My mind briefly flashed back to my mother's parting words this morning, and I couldn't help but have of my say. Hey, Rayo, it's not like that, okay? I'm not going anywhere. We'll still hang out and... Oh, Aki, I thought about it last night, and I decided where we should go this weekend. Ah, that's cool. Anyway, we can still hang out sometimes, and that stuff about Megumi and I getting married? Your tie is crooked. Let me fix that for you. Megumi put her hands on my torso and fixed my tie, and straightened up my shirt. Thanks, Megumi. So, like I was saying... Jeez, just forget it. What the... I don't think Rayo liked that very well, but I also think Megumi could have let you finish the conversation. She seemed to have done that on purpose. Tried to interrupt you. I have a feeling that maybe she doesn't want you hanging out with the other people very well or something. Kind of wants to hug you to herself or something. Also, I don't think she has a great relationship with Rayo, so I don't think they're on the best of terms, really. They don't really like each other that much. So, have your happily ever after. You're just as bad as our new homeroom teacher. What the hell, man? What are you getting angry about? Dude, he was trying to talk to you. It's not his fault. Just because he let Megumi do those things, interrupt, he still continued the conversation to you. I mean, in a way, he was talking to two people at once, going back and forth. Like, okay, thanks, Megumi. But from what I could tell, he was most of the conversation, the words were directed at you, not her. Dude, I think you might be taking it a little far, Rayo. Storming off, Rayo hastily exited the classroom, paying no mind to the stares in our classroom mates. Even Rayo, that was weird. No, I think that was about right. Or rather, can Megumi really not see why Rayo is angry? Anyway, now that Rayo's gone, I want to sneak out of class and make out. Wow. Make out? Okay. I see. That certainly would be. What? Just kidding. Aki's so cute when he's flustered. Haha. I laughed awkwardly while enduring even more painful stares from my classmates. At this rate, I don't think I'll make it out of this classroom alive. As our break neared its end, our classmates slowly returned to the classroom, one after another. The girl who had followed Mr. Katsunu took their seats, as did Rayo, and with our teacher for the next lesson right on time. Class began without delay. Even after the lesson had begun, however, the classroom was filled with chatter, and my mind was focused on anything except the lesson at hand. I looked around the room, keeping my eyes peeled for Shiro and Yui, neither one of whom had shown up. I turned to look at Rayo, who was staring at the bra strap of the girl in front of him and breathing heavily, and the girl in question, who looked like she was about to slap him. Damn, man, you getting all a little excited from a bra strap? Oh my, I'm seeing some underwear! But above all, my eyes rested on one person, Megumi. This morning, I felt bad about wanting to spend less time with Megumi, but with how the day had gone so far, I can't say my desires were baseless. Not spending every waking moment together, then joking around together and hanging around our classmates during the break, our first date back had been just like our high school life used to be. Is it really so wrong for me to want that life back? Walking to and from school together is something I can handle, and hanging out together between classes is nothing unusual. As long as we moderate ourselves, this relationship might just work out after all. I hope it does, man. I mean, I think you gotta be a little more vocal to Megumi about your feelings. And I think that's part of the issue, is you're just letting her control everything and just going along with it, with no say. And the more, I feel that the more that continues, the more she thinks she has control, pretty much. You're basically giving her control the more that you just kept going along with it, without actually presenting to yourself and saying no. After my first normal day in, and felt like months, and a long night's sleep without worry, I woke up at an unusual early hour once again. Despite the fact that the sun had only just risen, I left my bed without a shred of fatigue, eagerly anticipating the day ahead. Even if summer break is over, it's going to take a while before I start sleeping in again. In fact, with the danger of Megumi infiltrating my room first thing in the morning still present, I can't afford to sleep in on weekends either. If I don't take some kind of preventative measures, I may end up going to bed and waking up early every day. I shrugged at the mere thought of having a regular sleep cycle. Oh well, I suppose there are worse ways to wake up. If nothing else, it means I'm wide awake by the time class starts, so my grades should improve before... Oh god. Was I really just thinking that? All of this extra time in the morning, and rather than focus on video games, thinking about my grades. Who the hell are you, me? And what have you done with Hideaki? Actually, I think I'm going to end that off here. So we're going to get this next day of classes here back and going. From what I can tell, Megumi... I don't know if Megumi notices the instructor, but the instructor definitely, or their teacher definitely, seems to know Megumi or something. So there's got to be some sort of... There's going to be some sort of conflict, I feel, with him involved in the future. I just hope some of my negative thoughts that I've presented don't come true. And none of that is true or anything on that matter, because that would really suck if it was. I don't want that to happen, but it's a story and you never know. Well guys, thank you for watching this, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying this series, this show, this game right here, and I'm looking forward to continuing it. Well guys, thanks again, you all have a great day.